friends, it's Melissa here, and I want to show you a brand new foundation technique that is all the rage this winter. It's called the BB Brew from Younique. And so to do this, I am going to be using our BB Flawless Cream. I use the shade Bisque. It's a multitasking cream. It moisturizes, it helps perfect the skin. It's a liquid foundation, but it also moisturizes your skin. So it's a great double duty product. And then I'm also going to be using our Moodstruck Minerals Concealer Powder. Okay, and this is the color Fabulous, which you can tell I've used a whole lot of it because I barely have any left. And I actually have another one on the way as we speak because I'm so in love with this BB Brew technique. So what I have done to my skin so far, I have already used my serum, my regular moisturizer, and my primer. So my skin is primed. That is something that you should know because that does make a difference in how it looks when you apply your makeup and how smoothly that your makeup applies. If you don't prime and you try this technique and you're not happy with it, that could be the reason. It's all about prepping the canvas when you are doing your best coverage on your skin. Now let's take a really good look at my skin. Let's just get down and dirty with this, people. I definitely, my skin isn't terrible. It's actually pretty good, except I'm very, very fair. And I do have some, small problematic things that I definitely notice. So for instance, I do have some spots where I show a lot of discoloration under the eye, discoloration around the nose. I definitely get my fair share of hormonal breakouts, things like that. I also get what you can't see right now, but that becomes very apparent when I put foundation on in the winter, is I get strange patches of dry scaliness. I don't understand it. It tends to be my nose or like right here. And I wear my contacts every day. I don't wear glasses. I don't know what it is that's making it dry right here. When I was a teenager, this was like my oiliest area. So I don't know what my crazy hormones are doing, but I get this kind of weird scaliness situation where it really needs to be exfoliated or some sort of magic needs to be done to it. But this BB Brew helps me have this really moisturizing, dewy finish that doesn't accentuate any of that dryness. So that being said, let's get started. I'm going to use a foundation brush. So this is the Younique foundation brush. It's kind of just like a flat paintbrush. And then I'm also going to be using a blending bud. This is not the Younique one. We make some, but mine are dirty right now. So this is just another blending bud. But what you're going to do is take the concealer mineral powder and you're going to get some into the cap. You're just going to sprinkle some into the cap. So I have some here, and you kind of play with the amount. Then you're going to take some of your BB cream and just go ahead and put what I would say, like I use about a nickel size amount. You can adjust anywhere from like a dime to a nickel of what makes sense for your face. And you start mixing that powder and cream together, okay, to form your brew. And then you're going to place this first. Okay, so I use this to kind of paint it on and place it. Okay, and you'll notice that I didn't come super close to my eye because I'm going to be using a blending bud to really get a good finish on this. So I'm just going to use the brush to spread it out a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to take my blending bud, which I already got damp. When you use a blending bud or a sponge, always get it damp. You could spray some rose water on it, but I feel like that's kind of a waste of a good product. Or you just run it under the sink and wring it out and it'll be just plenty damp. So you're just going to take kind of the big end. You could even use those little triangle makeup sponges. That wouldn't hurt either. And you're just going to come right in and using kind of a patting motion. You're not rubbing, you're just patting this on. And I'm already getting some really nice coverage under my eyes. And just like an awesome, dewy, glowy finish. Like it's not flat, it's not matte. It's just kind of got that dewy glow to it, and I love it. And then how I finish this off is I get a little bit of extra coverage. If I'm really struggling, like if my under eye is really bad, I will come in with some of our liquid concealer and do some of those problem spots if I really need it. Otherwise, I get a little bit of extra coverage by using our pressed powder. I'm using the shade Velour and just kind of our powder puff brush. And I just come in. And what happens is, because I have this dewy finish underneath and now I'm kind of mattifying it with our pressed powder, once this sets up, it's not a super flat finish. It actually is a really nice finish that gives me coverage and looks super gorgeous in these winter months. So why would I do these steps as compared to our Liquid Gold hottest selling liquid foundation? I'll tell you why. I love our liquid foundation. It's one of the only liquid foundations I've ever successfully worn, ever. It's awesome. However, remember those weird dry spots that I was telling you about? Oh, sorry, my brush was shedding a little bit. I've got some kind of crazy little hairs on my face. I actually love this foundation. However, when my skin does get kind of crusty in spots, I find that because this goes from a liquid to powder finish, so it's liquid to matte, when it dries, it almost accentuates anywhere that I had some of those those scaly issues, that it makes it almost accentuated and more visible. So I'm gonna get real up close here so you can see the coverage I got and kind of this really great finish with using this product. So what I did, and then you can just take this lid and rinse it out to clean it and store it right on top of your stuff, and wash out your brush and you're good to go. So if you needed some extra coverage, you can always come back in and do some more, pat it out, powder it, you're all set. You can even out your eyelids if you're like me and you have very discolored eyelids, so that you have a very neutral base for when you do your eye look. It's awesome. Okay, so this is the BB Brew, my new favorite thing. I've been wearing it for a week before I wanted to show it to you guys so I could really test the wearability and what this looks like in the finish, and I highly recommend it. It is a power-packed trio here. It's your BB Flawless Cream, your mineral concealer, and then finished off with pressed powder. Love it. All right, bye guys.